Do 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 do. We are on prison, by the way, on the Archon server, and yeah, we might do also robbery on the Archon, and then I also might go on my main world on the server. I mean, on my main world, so we'll see. Oh my gosh, you're so loud. Anyways, I have vote crates I need to open. I'll turn this down on my actual thing, if I can. And I need to open vote crates. I won 3k XP. Maybe turn this down to like 50. There we go. Make it a little bit better for you guys. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. I want to get money. Oh, come on. Or a small farm actually might be nice. 2 fragments. 8 golden apples. I don't need golden apples. I don't want golden apples. Farm would be actually really nice. Or another crate. Ooh. More XP, huh? A farm I think would be the best thing, to be fair. Or more vote crates. I'm getting all the XP, boys. More tokens. I'm just gonna real quick do it. Because a lot of XP. Like I need more. I already have 600 levels of XP. Come on, a farm. Oh my god. More XP. I've received 2 more vote crates. 4 god apples. Alright, let's see what else. Come on, I want a farm. Here's a farm. Thank you. 1 small farm. I will take it. I need 1 candy farm, at least. So I can continue getting... Because I have like a lot of seeds right now. 50k, I'll take it. Not that I need it. 50k is easy to get right now. Honestly, I'd rather have tokens or farms, to be honest. I'm just gonna... Okay. Let's go home, and let's put these god apples away, because I don't really need these god apples. And I already have a lot. 32 god apples, damn. Alright, and then I forget exactly how these farms go. If I put it here, there we go. Alright, and then I think these are... I thought it was auto. Cedar harvester. It doesn't auto harvest it. I thought it did. Maybe I have it as auto. Upgrade the automatic crop harvester. Add or upgrade automatic seed. Which plants? Place candy seeds here. Um, uh, Click to enable, and then it should do the rare seeds. It should do those, theoretically. It should do the you can find the prices. Oh, wait, does it do this? Do I click it? Wait. Do I have to click it? I don't know if I actually. Hmm. Yes. And then we'll do this. Hmm. Okay. So should it should automatically do seeds if I'm not mistaken. And it should do the rarest ones. Yes, okay. And then I can sell these and keep the raw sour patch because the raw sour patch are useful. What's the magic gum do? To be honest, I forget. I'm gonna put these up here real quick. And then I'm gonna do these, rest of these speeds. I need all the speed that I can get. And I need more Jolly Ranchers is what I need. Home. Wait. Does it buy the seeds for me? Is that what it does? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Mine. What up, Makoto? How are you doing? I don't want to go to the mine. Actually, I want to go to spawn. And then I want to sell my candies. 1.772 value for my plot. That's pretty good, actually. To sell my candy. Only $1,000. That's not that much. Let's do a 30-minute booster, and then let's go over to mine. I'm doing good. I'm doing all right myself. I have today hasn't actually been that good of a day personally, so it's been all right. And diamonds are the most. Diamonds are worth the most on this mine. Diamond blocks to be specifically. So I'm gonna focus on diamond blocks. Plus I have token booster times 2. So I should be able to get a lot of tokens. But I think it will also go to the farm, shouldn't it? Theoretically. I don't know. I guess if we see tokens go away, well, no. Did you know if you right-clicked your elemental in your plant ranch, I think to get the pets you have to prestige once. That's why I'm really wanting to prestige. But it's pretty hard to prestige if I'm being honest. When you message your friend in chat and he doesn't respond, In Discord chat, did you waffle? Or are you talking about in the Discord? I mean in Twitch, because I just saw it just now. It is like it is on a delay, I think. Which I still have to fix. I don't know how to fix it, to be honest. I don't know why it's on a delay. Oh. I see you. I see. Ah. What up? I'm probably. How are you doing, bro? When you mine it, some of that money will go to the um our value system, so which will be good. Actually, it won't yet because you're not part of the plot, so I have to invite you to the plot real quick. Plot invite waffle something. We're only the only the only candies we're keeping right now are like Jolly Rancher candies and Sour Patches, because those are really the only useful ones. I think there's only one other useful one. I mean, the other ones you can keep too, but that's for like PvP. And I don't really PvP on prison, so I mean you can keep them in like a separate chest, but I mean we can keep them, but you just have to be aware that it takes fuel, and you'll have to buy fuel with XP, so which I have lots of, but still. That being said, a new battle has begun. Join the fight. I wonder if there is warp PvP. I haven't looked. There probably is, to be honest. What mine are you at, Waff? Because I am at mine, like I have like 3 or 4 more mines, and then I'm at Z, so. I'm at. I guess I'll say something high. I'm at V. Looks like. I'm at K. KLMNOPQRSTUV. I see. Did you join the plot? Da da da. I don't think. Either way. Doesn't matter too much. Oh. Setting the mine. Have to focus on these diamond blocks, because they're the most valuable. I did the math with my brother for these diamond blocks, and if I did a full inventory with my backpack inventory of diamond blocks, now that's impossible because of all the efficiency and stuff. But if I did somehow get a full inventory of diamond blocks, it would be 26,400,000 that I would get, which is insane. But it's not that much when you think about that. I still have let's see. I still have 200. I still have like 220,000 plus that I have to, because it's 600 something thousand to rank up, which is for this mine, which is freaking crazy. Or 600, not thousand, million. Excuse me. So just every day, just mining a little bit every so often, not mining for too long, because eventually, you get bored of it. But inventory full, mine, sell, 400, I mean 4 million, same difference, right? 400,000 and 4 million is like the same thing, right? Right, boys? I would say so. Anyone done anything interesting today? I definitely haven't. I've been in pain today because of my feet. I have plantar warts on my feet, and I've been self-curing those, and those, because I've been self-curing and I've got to the main spots of them, and I'm attacking the main spots of them. It's to the point where it hurts a lot now, which sucks because walking right now just hurts. So I'm like, well, I don't want to walk anywhere or go anywhere because driving doesn't hurt, but once I walk, it hurts a lot right now. So it's been, I've been dealing with them for a long process. Plantar warts are like the worst. I wouldn't curse them on my worst enemy, to be honest. Do do ba da 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 do ba da 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 do ba da do. Have I mined the whole layer up on top? Definitely not. Not yet. I don't know what if you guys play Minecraft Prison, what do you guys usually do when you're playing it? I usually listen either to like a podcast slash like YouTube video in the background, or I listen to music. The problem with music is then you get a bunch of ads, and then you're just like, oh my gosh, and you get annoyed eventually from it. 413 million until I can rank up, which is big tough. Which is big tough, boys. Big tough. Considering I only get like 4 to 5 million at most. Maybe 6 million. I've got 6 million before. For like a full inventory, which is yeah, big tough, obviously. 12,000 tokens. Don't mind if I do. I had like 100,000 tokens at some point. That was nice. But you can use 100,000 tokens really quick on the server. Really easy on Prison. Oh, I can't see anything. Should probably check my booster in a sec. Yeah, check my booster seat. Do you guys remember when you sat in a booster seat and like when you were young, you just all you wanted to do was sit up front, and then when you get older, sitting up front is not a big thing, and then you get to the driving stage and you're like, I don't want to sit up front anymore. Or maybe you do want to sit up front, but you're just like, sometimes like sitting in the back is actually like a blessing because like no one is talking to you and you just kind of chill out and watch the scenery go by. Or is that just me? I mean, you can do that in the front too, and I personally, I do like sitting in the front because you get to see more of the scenery, and you can have a conversation with the driver. But just in a general sense, you know, when you're with a lot of people, it can be nice. Unless you get crowded. When it's a lot of people in the car, it can be really annoying. I don't know why, but I'm thinking back to a time where technically it was illegal, so shh, don't tell anyone. But I was with good old Waff, and we it wasn't that far to be fair, and it was like on a slow street anyways. But I don't know why, but we were in the back seat. There wasn't any room for me, so he just rode on my lap because I was bigger than him at that point and taller than him at that point. So he rode on my lap, and we just went to the place. I think we went to a restaurant. Maybe we're just going to his house at that time. I don't remember, to be honest, where we were really going. He might remember, but I don't even know. He might not even be in the chat anymore anyways. But that was an interesting experience. And then there was one time I had a similar experience where my brother rode on my lap, and I've rode. Wait, no, did I ever ride on his lap? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. But my brother rode. No, I think I did ride on his lap, maybe. But the point is, there's one time where I did ride on his lap. One of the things we rode on, I can't remember who it was, but we had a good old time and had a good old laugh about it and messed around with drivers. We weren't driving, so it was all good, and we weren't going really that far, and we just did that for fun. I'm in here. I'm just mining. I can voice if you want. Yeah, we can. Hello. Rocking out to the Discord music. Yeah, for sure.
It needs a
Discord ringtone song.
music deal or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
A label. That's what I was thinking of. A label. That's what they need.
For sure.
By the way, I do remember that car ride. I don't remember where we're going either. I think it. No, actually, I do. I think it was the beach. Like we were going somewhere else from the beach or something.
Something, I don't know.
Stuff or something like that. So.
Well.
Unload it, but we had to sit with each other.
Well, I also remember it was I remembered it was like nighttime though too. So.
Maybe we're coming home from the beach or something.
I don't know. Like it's. I don't know. It's.
By the way, I feel that whole like sitting in the back seat thing. By the way.
Yeah.
So like. I like sitting in the front more just because like.
Right.
For some reason, the scenery does look different when you're in the front seat. I don't know why.
Right.
But I don't feel like I can see a lot when I'm in the back. Maybe it's because like the windows or something are tinted more in a lot of cars or something like
right.
that. Like.
Yeah.
And you can lean back in the front seats.
Right. Right.
Crush the person's legs behind you. You can crush them.
True. I feel like it's a totally. I feel like it's a total different experience, though, from like the back seat and the front seat. Like in a way, like the back, like it's a totally different. It's totally a thing where like in the back seat it can be good sometimes, obviously, and then in the front seat it's a whole nother thing too. So, because it's almost. You don't have to be engaged in the front seat with the driver, but you're more likely to be engaged with the driver in the passenger seat. While like if let's say you just were like not having it and you just didn't want to like talk to people, or you just wanted to like chill out and listen to like your own music, you know, through like your headphones, or you know you just.
You can fuck with the radio if you want.
or yeah, you just didn't like people or whatever, you could totally like just be in the back seat and like just vibe out, forget people existed because you're in the back, you know what I mean? But in the front seat, you kind of, I mean, you could still do that, and people do, but it I don't know about you, but I would feel awkward about that because I'm a type of person when I'm in a person's presence, I like to like give them at least some attention, maybe not my full attention all the time, but I like to give them, you know, the time of day, so to speak.
Right, right.
While like if I'm
Speaking
in the
of
back
like,
seat, I'm just like it's different. But
speaking
go
of
ahead.
changing the radio, dude, I finally figured out how to set my radio preferences.
Oh yeah.
Not that
Like
that's a huge deal or whatever, but I couldn't figure it out. And anytime I was in my car, I was going somewhere, so it's not like I wanted to like, you know,
mhm.
distracted driving isn't safe, obviously, so I didn't want
Right.
to do it right there.
Right,
But I
right.
finally got to stop and get into my head to do it, and I
Uh
figured it out, and I was like, dude, this is really easy. What was I, what was I worried about?
like you couldn't figure out how to like change the channel type of thing, like the
No, I
that
knew how to change the channel, but
to
to
like
set it
save it.
into the radio, yeah, to save it. I didn't know how to do that
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But it
Okay.
was when I figured it out, I was like, this is so simple. What the fuck? I was like, yeah.
You know, I totally need to do. I haven't even like bothered to even
Because
figure that out yet.
I don't
To
have
be
a way
fair.
to like plug in my phone to play like music on my from like Pandora or something like that. I don't think I can, to be fair, because I don't think my car's new enough for that. Not that it
Yeah.
matters, because
I,
I actually like the radio, and I put like a Christian thing. There's a couple country ones or whatever,
right.
and then I have like kind of like a symphony one that Adrian will listen to when they're in there probably. And because like sometimes Beethoven do feel right.
Dude, like yeah, I totally agree. Like okay, like that reminds me.
I don't like classical symphony stuff as a general sense. But
Right.
there have been times where I've had a bad day and I've gone to like on my radio or whatever on the way home, and I've put on and like there'll be a Mozart thing that'll be on there or something like that. And I'll be
Right.
like, dude, this is what I need right now.
Right. Like that reminds me of the day I was driving, I was doing errands, right? And I wasn't necessarily in the like I wasn't in the like the worst headspace, but I wasn't just like I wasn't like, "Oh yeah, today's the best day ever," you know, type of thing. And like I didn't like want to go driving. I didn't want to necessarily do these errands, but I had to, right? So and the driving there sucked to the because I had to like return this thing. Um from Amazon that I bought, and then it was like the wrong size or that type of thing. So I had to return it at like a place and one of those like Amazon locker things, right? And so I went there, and like the drive there sucked for some reason, like because I got stuck behind this guy that like I hate, like was driving. I don't know. It felt like it was just bad, like driving there. It just sucked. But then on the way back, I like there was the radio station where like I had the radio station on. Like I think I already had it on, but then like I was driving, and one the drive was just better back, and then also the song came on, and I just like sung that. I just was like the whole like drive back into the rest of the errands I had to do was just like complete. I was completely vibing, you know. It was
Yeah,
great.
been there. That's okay. Last time I went driving, I actually ended up taking the child to their school to figure out their school stuff. And we went to Burgerville, dude. I made a pact. I'm never going there again. Never.
No, yeah.
Dude, they're look. Listen to this craziness, right? Not that it's a huge deal, because like obviously I have a job now, so it's like it's not a huge deal.
Personally, I just
Their shakes are like $7.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm never coming back here. When I can go to like, say my job, I could get a shake, not necessarily for free, because I wouldn't like take advantage of that in that way.
Right.
But like, I don't have to pay $7 for a chocolate, a basic
Even
chocolate
if you
shake.
paid full price, yeah.
Yeah, even if I paid full price, it's like $3.
Yeah, like
And granted, it's not like the best, you know, quality ice cream or whatever. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a good shake. You know what I mean? And we actually have really decent shakes.
yeah, that's why like honestly, if anyone's like if anyone said to me if anyone said to me like, oh yeah, Burgerville's the bomb and all that and like all that type of stuff, which I've never had anyone say to me, but if someone did say that, I'd be like, Burgerville's overrated, because it is.
It is though.
It's
Like,
over.
their burgers are okay.
It's
They're okay.
it's
But they're
over.
not like $11.
It's
Okay.
it's
You know what I
over.
mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's overrated. They're overrated, and they're in the way of like they're overrated in the way that like they're too expensive for like what it is, because yeah, like, stuff is like good and like somewhat, fresh or whatever in some ways, but it's not. But like what you're saying, you could have like you could be drinking this milkshake and you'd be like, oh yeah, this is a pretty good milkshake, but this milkshake isn't worth $7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then, like, we got a thing of waffle fries, because you know me, dude. Waffle fries. That's basically the way we
Oh
sell.
yeah. So
Dude,
Chick-fil-A is what
they
I'm
were
sound
$4.
hearing.
They
Yeah.
were $4 from Burger. I was like, dude.
You know,
Like, and I'm not like trying to make a
huge deal.
huge deal out of it, but let's do it. We're never coming back here. That's the first thing I said. And a part of me felt bad for like a second.
Just because like you're talking about waffle fries, and just because I want to compare to Burgerville, I want to know how much waffle fries would be um at Chick-fil-A, just to
I want to
compare.
say like 250 probably.
I'm just interested. Where the heck?
Last time we got them.
It's not even telling me the actual. That's not what I want. I want the actual price.
By the way,
Chick-fil-A.
maybe you can explain it to me, but I don't understand the whole candies thing.
Okay, so how
I just put all my candy. in
how
the chest
how
and
much
said,
how much was how much was the fries? It was a meal, right? Right.
No, we just got the fries.
Okay, how much was the fries?
I want to say like $3, so probably like $2.89 or so.
And that was like what? Like a large?
That was the medium.
That was a medium? Okay. The medium waffle fry, let's say the medium, if that is true and it was $3 or $2.30 or whatever it is, right? A medium waffle fries, which I would argue are better. I don't know. I haven't had Burgerville waffle fries in forever. But the point is, a medium waffle fries at Chick-fil-A is $1.65, and a large waffle fries at Chick-fil-A is $1.85. So,
So, but then also like at the Burgerville, they had a regular and they had a large, and I was like, when I looked at the regular, which was like it had to be like $2.95. I know it was close to $3. So I
right,
know that for sure. It had to be like anywhere from $2.75 to like $2.95.
right.
I just don't remember the number exactly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just remember thinking like I wanted the waffle fries. I was okay with paying that, but when I realized like how much you got out of a regular, or what they
Right.
called a regular, that was basically like, picture this, right? You know what the value fry at a McDonald's looks like, right? It's that little baggie.
Oh yeah?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So picture that, but with waffle fries in it. So there was maybe 12 in there, maybe 12.
Oh.
10 to 12 waffle fries. Because I remember we half and halved it. I had 5.
Yeah,
And
see,
then my sibling had
see,
the rest.
see, and then,
Crumbs.
and for that, like, if you wanted to get that, you could easily just go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, dude, and
And
honestly,
and they have milk, and I'm pretty sure they have milkshakes there too.
yeah, so my
And
so
the
owner of-
milkshakes would probably be cheaper also.
the owner of my restaurant is actually, we have Popeyes too, not just Burger King,
Okay.
but he owns like 30 Popeyes. So I
Wow.
essentially could go to Popeyes, which is literally right across the way from Burger King, pretty much. Not that far from it.
I've been to Popeyes once though, and I hated it. That's my
Well,
opinion.
I only go there for their chicken sandwich and their fries, because their seasoned fries are actually not bad.
Yeah.
Their chicken, arguable, but their seasoned fries, not bad.
Their biscuits are horrible.
They do. Dude, my mom, dude, let me tell you, my mom is like a saint about their biscuits for some reason. And when I tried one, because I was like, oh, she's all hype about it, it must be good. I tried one, and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm gonna lactate out of my nipples because of how bad this is.
I literally had one biscuit there from. I swear I did, and I'm like, this is this is drier than the Sahara Desert. Like,
Honestly.
like this is
Actually, you know what though? It actually rains there a lot, so I don't know if you could say that.
well, okay. This is drier than a desert that never rains,
Okay.
or like,
Actually, did you know it
or
actually
like
rains a lot in deserts?
or like rarely rains. All right. Does
Did
it
you know that though?
a lot? I wouldn't say a
Not a
lot.
lot, but like it, like you would think, like it doesn't rain nearly at all in a desert.
No, I wouldn't.
You
I
would
wouldn't
think
say
it's
nearly
dry.
at all. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Probably more than a person would definitely think, for
But you
sure.
also are more likely to get hypothermia in a desert because when you think about it, like it's probably 130 degrees under the direct sunlight, right, during the day.
Right,
But then at night it gets down into the 60s and 50s,
right.
and that temperature change all of a sudden
It's hard on your
is
body.
it's very difficult on your body, and it can send you into hypothermic shock, and you could die
Yeah, 'cause
from
you.
being in 60-degree weather, which by the way Oregon is all the time. So think about being in the weather are in all the time, but dying from that.
I'd be pissed.
I would be I'd get up to heaven and be like, look, God, what the hell, man?
The you know, with the Burgerville thing, going back to that, I literally what I thought of when you were talking about like the prices and how expensive it is, and like that it's kind of outrageous, or it is outrageous, not kind of, it is outrageous and stuff. It always reminds me back to that. I think it's Daniel Tosh, or no, maybe it's, I don't know who it is. But the point is, it just reminds me with what they're when he's talking about art and just saying, who the fuck do they think they are?
That is Daniel Tosh.
Yeah, and
That
that's
was a
always
brutal
what
risk.
it always reminds me of that. Like that, I get reminded of that sometimes where I like see prices for like certain things, where I'm like, oh my god.
Who the fuck do they think they are? Dude, Daniel Tosh, we don't deserve him. We don't. He's too good. He's just too good.
I can
We
always.
don't, we don't deserve him.
It's interesting. I can always tell like it's interesting like how many. I found I've like I think I have figured out that I legitimately practically have no limits to like comedy, like jokes wise, or or anything like
I try to be
comedic.
reasonable when it comes to the audience, but yeah, I think
I mean I try to be reasonable too for the most part, but I mean like
like if you're in a group full of women and you're making a bunch of rape jokes, that's probably not a good idea.
it's probably not a good idea, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to laugh.
We're the only fuckers in this that are laughing are the two guys.
they're gonna they're gonna be
That would
like
be us.
they're gonna be like, that's not funny, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off, and they're gonna be like, stop it, Philip.
Is that your name, Philip?
No,
Is that right? Is that right?
that's from another that's from another thing with Daniel Tosh when he was
No,
talking.
I know, but you said that's how you would be, so that's why I made today. Anyway, ooh, that was hot. Don't gotta tell me twice, dude.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
Oh, by the way, are we keeping blocks again? Because I'm at the stage with the purple ones. Do we want these?
No, not for now.
Okay. Also, I made a chest with all my like refinery stuff and the farm stuff because, like I said, I don't. Maybe I should take a day at one of these times to kind of like learn about it. But
I took a time or whatever to learn about it. It can be complicated, but it's not like as complicated as you'd think. It's just what what is annoying about it, I will say, is that um like knowing which ones are like useful for certain things and stuff, that gets really fucking annoying because there's so many different ones, right? So you're just like, well, what the heck does this do? Because it won't tell you until you refine it. So you have to like memorize like, oh, this is good, this one's good,
right.
These ones
I'm
are
just gonna
not
say
good.
like that. It might be a little bit before I get the hang of that, cause like my dude, next week for me is literally full. Cause I start working again this weekend, which I'm really excited about. I'm really jumpy to get
I need
back into everything.
I need
And
to
then
I need to get like another job. I need to get a like. I'm using the word
actually no, I
loosely,
actually had an
but I need
idea
to.
for you if you wanted to like brainstorm about something, because I thought about it while we were talking about driving. But anyway, and then I also have a drill next week. But get this, here's
Hmm.
the kicker: I have to go all the way out to Bend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fun.
and when I told the guy who I had to be in contact with, I was like, I don't
I don't want to go to bed. Can you go
I
for
don't know,
me?
no, no, I, I told him straight up. I was like, look, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, you know, I'm new to this whole thing because like I got moved units, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
he was like, and he was telling me what to do and everything. And I was like, so let me get this straight. I had to come all the way up from Portland, or down from Portland, to go to drill for 2 days. 2 days.
That's tough. That's
And he was like, and he's like,
that is
yeah. And I
enough.
was like, is there any chance I could do something from home? He's like, no, that just sucks. You'll have to come down. I was like, are you serious, dude? Like, this isn't this went from like, look, I get it. It's the whole thing of, you know, feeling willing to do whatever. But dude, I had to drive 3 hours
For two
on
days.
on a day. Not only when I have work, I closed that night too. The day I was supposed to
Ooh, the
leave,
day
I
before.
closed that night before.
Yeah.
And
So
then
you're gonna be tired or
well,
more
I'm thinking.
tired.
So I actually came up with a pretty decent idea that I also want to talk about here in a second. But just to like get the frustration across
So
real quick, because I'm really frustrated.
how many ideas we got going here?
Well, two right now, but we might come up with more knowing us. Uh, so anyway, but it's like, and I told him that, you know, I don't know if I want to like. I tried telling him I didn't want to go. I really did, and
Right.
that was a risk because like, could he yelled at me or whatever? But he didn't. He's cool about it. He's like, nah, you kind of have to come. It's not a choice. And I was like, son of a bitch, like, cause I don't. That's a 3 hour drive after working for that day I worked 9 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. This drill's gonna suck.
On an off note, son of a bitch is like my favorite favorite cuss phrase that isn't necessarily like funny in its own right, but like because of how people say it usually, that's why it's like funny to me.
Right.
Because most of the time
So
people say it like when they're in pain or whatever, they're just like son of a bitch. It's just comedic to me. Anyways, go ahead.
so the idea I had for drill, I'll say that first since that's what we're talking about, or that's what we're on. So the night I work, I'm just gonna stay up
Mm,
and I'm gonna pack when I get back,
right.
and I don't have to be there until 9. So like, because it's only 2 days, not even 2 days, because it's like more like a day and a half. Maybe I can convince them to let me leave early since I'm all the way out here. Um, which you better believe I'm gonna try to do.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'll pack, which will only take me maybe 10 minutes because I'm gonna get like energy drinks and everything. And I'm gonna make
Right.
sure I have everything. And I hope to God I have everything, because if I don't, they might get bad. But then at the same time, it's like I wasn't told necessarily to pack anything. We were just told like, hey, be here for 2 days of your choice, and then
Oh yeah.
yeah. So,
So so
but how the timeline hits though, I'll be getting paid on my birthday, which is cool.
that is pretty cool.
So it's like I was just joking with my mom. I was like, hey, it's like the guard is is giving me my birthday present. I might just buy myself a birthday present with it, to be honest, because budgeting and everything, I probably could do it.
Yeah.
Um,
And knowing how your mom is.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
We're
mean,
already talking about a whole rent thing now. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I'm so close to moving out though. Like the thought process of it. Like I can start figuring that stuff out now that I'm all healed and shit.
Right.
Like I'm excited to take that next step. And I told her too. I was like, I'm looking to be moved out by hopefully next year. Like that's the plan.
I don't know why, but my brain instantly like put April like before you even said anything, and then my brain also added that like, wait, that's my birthday month. I don't know why.
Well, I
Anyways,
mean, I would like, obviously it could be staggered to a different timeline and everything, but I would like to be moved out by next year, mostly because like, and the reasoning it could
Hi.
take forever is like
I've been
the VA
shopping
everything
and
different
want you to
benefits, but
carefully try these on if you're interested in them, and if you're not, bring them to me.
okay.
But they were on a good price, and I got some for Ben too. But this is the only size they had, so if they don't fit you, that's another thing.
Okay. Sounds good. Ugh.
so the idea I had for you when we were talking about driving is
All right, Makoto. I'll see you. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining the stream for a little bit.
bye. Anyway, I want to say bye too.
I want to be part of the conversation. Fair enough.
So the idea I had was, what if, could you drive for like Uber?
I've thought about it before. The only thing that I think I would hate about Uber is the thing that like, I mean, I still like if you're thinking about if I'm thinking about it and like for example, a lot of people probably would want to be from like Portland, you know, and Portland is fun. Like Portland is a place that I think is good, but the only thing is that I honestly think that I haven't driven enough to like.
No, you get that experience actually. But, so that what I was gonna say is, uh, when I asked if you were considering Uber, I completely forgot you've only been had your license for like not even a year, right? Or has it been? You
Yeah,
had your license for a year yet?
I can read my license real quick. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit wrong because I had my license. This is a different license than my other one, but uh, I think it was. I want to say it was 2018, I think, based off what it was. But
That's when you got your license.
I mean, my
You have to
life.
be a licensed driver, not a permit. So anyway,
I don't know.
regardless,
Maybe
what I was gonna
I
say-
would. My mom might know better than
What
I.
I was gonna say is, so I know from since I drove for them that you had to be a licensed, not permit, but you had to have your license for at least 3 years, and then you have to pass an extra test to actually drive people. What I was gonna say is
But
that
Uber
if you did like
Eats.
Uber Eats or
Yeah.
DoorDash, telling you from experience, dude,
Yeah,
I
I've
make
thought about.
so much money from that, and you don't have to talk to people at all,
Right.
except for to get the order and to say to have a nice day when you get to the person's house.
Right. And
Lots
even
of
and
people
even
aren't
and
like
even
you
then
get.
sometimes you don't have to because sometimes they'll have you drop it off or whatever. I mean that for other things. I mean Uber Eats is a little bit different.
I guess. So yeah, the whole thing with COVID right now is like you drop it off right at the doorstep.
Right. I mean I don't know if they're doing that right now, but I'm saying like for
No,
like
they are. Like in the app, it'll say like, oh, drivers are required to drop it at your doorstep.
Oh
That's what it
really?
says.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean I don't
Anyway,
I haven't ordered from Uber Eats in a while, so or
well, I know just
anything.
from having it.
Yeah.
I just, like if I'll look in it, like sometimes when I'm hungry, I'll just look at the app, and then my
Uh,
pain will be relieved sometimes just
uh,
looking at food. 'Cause I'm a basic person that way.
I'll look up the app and then realize I'm not really that hungry and then close that.
Well, no, I'll still be hungry after, but then I'll be thinking about food, like specific foods and like what to eat or whatever. So anyway,
No, yeah, I get what you're
I
saying.
actually had that thought because like maybe you don't like driving a lot, but you do like money. So
Yeah,
and it's a
I've
chance to
thought
like
about
meet
Uber
people
Eats
and
for sure.
everything,
Right.
and everything, and you get to see like how much of our area that I got to see and everything, it it was
Eye
quite
opening.
cool, to be honest. Like, yeah, not necessarily. Yeah, I guess you could call it eye opening, but it was just cool. Like to
Right.
see
Cool is
different
the other way to
people and
way it.
different places, and obviously, like you get to walk into restaurants, you get to smell the clean air and everything. Plus, if you do it late, which you're used to being up late anyway, like
Right.
you be the only driver around, and you're more likely to get a lot more tips that way, because people are really generous about, at least in our area, from what I found. They're more generous about giving you a tip if like it's
It's
midnight
late.
or so.
Yeah, it's late at night. Cause a lot of people,
It's
especially.
those hoes that be wanting Krispy Kreme, my
Here's
mom,
some
at
others for you to
3 in the
try. If you don't
morning.
like them, let
You
me
know,
know.
Okay. One sec. Yeah.
And I'll either take them back or give them to your brother.
Okay. They look nice.
Yeah, I know. But you can't always find them when you're looking for them either.
Yeah. True. Be careful. It's not. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. So.
I was just saying that like I don't know. I feel like you get a lot out of it. Was kind of where I was going with it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
A lot. Even if you, like I said, even if you don't like the driving, which I didn't at first, but then I realized how fun it was to just like sit in your car, listen to music. Plus, your car gets to smell like food, dude, and that's a great thing. Sometimes.
I mean,
Unless you're hungry.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing for me is I feel like I think I would definitely like it would be great. Like I think I'll be fine and I'll enjoy it and all that type of stuff. The only thing that is I'll get into my car some of the time and I'll be like, damn, I wonder why I'm hungry. And then I'll be like, oh, that's that's why. Cause my f- cause my my car right now smells like the Panda Express I got last night at midnight or 1 in the morning. But yeah, that is true. That like at least because I haven't really personally used Uber Eats that much, but I used to use Postmates a lot, which is like a similar is it like a
And
very
you could drive for all these apps simultaneously,
right,
and you'd be making bank.
which it's a bit right.
It's the best side job, even main job
Oh yeah,
you could have, especially if you're job searching. Like all
right.
you need is a valid license
Yeah.
and
Like what my
registration on your car. That's it.
like what my brother did. I mean, not my brother, my dad's brother. What my dad's brother does for his main job, right? Um, but granted, he's more outgoing and that type of thing. And I wouldn't probably do that. But what he does is like, and he probably does Uber Eats too, and the other ones also. But he does Uber and Lyft, and then he probably also, my guess is probably does at least Uber Eats also on top of that, and he makes good money.
And if you do it for long enough, like obviously, like once you have your license for that 3 years or whatever,
Right.
if their things change, terms of services change, you'd be able to drive around people, which would mean like someone like you who's creative and everything, you get to meet new people literally every day and talk about different stuff, have interesting conversations. You've never met this person before. You could ask him literally anything. Literally.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I would imagine you do. You can't say anything.
Oh no, I've had some weird conversations with my Uber drivers, dude. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say you can ask anything. One of my Uber drivers talked about his first threesome with his wife. So I'm just saying, probably talk about it.
I mean, that's not that weird to me. But I'm a pretty open-minded person.
Considering it was with her sister, it was pretty weird. It was pretty weird.
That's kind of dope in a way, though.
Oh my God. Yeah, he got both of them.
Yeah.
What a player, dude. Respect.
Honestly, though.
Good. By the way, I ranked up. I'm at the white clay now. Do we want this?
I feel like no. We don't want any of the blocks right now. If I want blocks, I'll probably go back or whatever, or message you or whatever and say, yeah, go back and do that. Cause I have a general idea now of like what mines have what, just cause I've had to sell stuff. from the crystals and you going to the crystals and stuff, but
Oh, I have a lot of crystals right now. Should I start opening them? I have like 10.
that's a lot. That's not that a lot, but yeah, you can.
I just started, so I'd say that's a lot.
It is a lot for yeah, just starting.
I
I
also
would
have
say.
I have 20k tokens too, so I feel like I should use those after I open the.
So like what I did before is like I mean not before, but like to put in perspective for like crystals, I had 29 like crystals of one and then 20 of another kind. So that's why I said that. Like that's a lot in a way. So
True.
just because like a lot of times I'll go on the server for like a little bit, like mine for like, you know, 10 to 30 minutes, go off and sell, like do that type of stuff, but not open crystals, not do anything not do really anything with tokens, but just do that and you know, go back on some other day or stuff and just, you know, chip at it slowly. And obviously do some of the stuff with farms. I mean, that's what I do, or I have been doing, because it's just like. And then obviously I do open the crystals eventually, but I wait until I get a lot of them because um a lot of the time you won't get a lot, you won't always get money with them, which is a big way or a big thing a big way to help rank up, especially when the ranking up like the one I'm on is a really big number. Like the original rank up was 800 million.
Yikes.
Yeah, so, you know, I definitely have made a dent in it
I
cuz
have 4 of each.
cuz I have like 400 mil now,
Okay, I'm gonna open all mine for now.
I think.
I have 8 altogether, so I'm just gonna open them now and see what I get.
I have I have 407 mil, 38,000 tokens, and 206 fragments apparently. But to be fair, I've leveled up my my pickaxe a lot with stuff, so I don't really need to use tokens that much. Also, when you buy fuel, like if you ever do refine candy or whatever, or the fish, um, I and you need to buy more fuel, use XP, don't use tokens. It's just so right click. Cause XP is really easy to get, obviously, because there's lots of, you know, iron, gold, diamond, coal, one of those types of ores, right? While um uh so, I mean until you get to probably a really high mine, which I'm on V and it's still not where you still don't have ores like there's still diamond ores and quartz ores, so anyways, and it doesn't even use that much XP for it because I have 706 levels.
Wow. Yeah, I'm at 164 right now. Again, I pretty much just started, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, and I use and
500 tokens.
yeah.
What's better, the common crystal or the basic crystal?
I think it's the common one.
Oh, I just got $20 million. Let's go.
That's gonna help you rank up.
Pog, champ, pog, pog.
I need crystals to win me like 100 mil multiple times.
I just got really excited.
I agree.
I apologize.
Can you rank up now?
I'm gonna open all my crystals first.
Yeah.
See what I end with.
I-
Ooh, 2,250 more tokens. Yeah. I have 23k tokens. I don't know if that's a lot or not, but I'm gonna say it is.
Yeah, it is. It's quite a bit of tokens for sure.
Oh, I just missed 50 million.
Yeah,
Oh,
I hate when that happens.
dude, I literally just passed it.
I'm pretty sure it's either E or right click to just like instant do it, by the way.
Oh, I like watching it roll.
I mean, I do too, but sometimes when you have a lot, obviously.
Oh yeah, usually. I'm not gonna ever have that many because I don't like. I'm very impatient with that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, he's like, I really like gambling. I mean,
let's see how far I can
that's the
get.
equivalent of it.
Let's see how far I can get.
Just honestly, just mining. So,
Oh man, I'm at R.
what's a casino at? Cause I've never been to this
How
casino.
much money do you? How much till you're ranked up?
For me?
Yeah.
To unlock mine W, I need 388 million.
All right. That's a lot of money. Never mind. You need 388 million, or that's how much you have?
No, that's how much I need.
Holy shit.
Risk your hard-earned money in games of chance against the server. Will you be able to win big or will you go bust? Be sure to claim your free casino crate. Roll every single day at the back of the casino. No in-game buy can ever be converted into real money. I
Ooh.
wish.
Should I, sorry if I'm cutting you off, but should I get the merchant one? It's a chance of selling all blocks for a higher price while holding the pickaxe.
Yes.
Should I do that? I should do that.
I mean, you should
Alright.
eventually you should unlock all of them, but yes.
I'm gonna get the highest level I can.
Where do I get this crate?
I just spent all my, oh my god, I got merchant 47. Oh my god.
Oh, you spent all of them on
Dude,
that?
I meant to right click, I middle clicked on accident.
Oh no. I mean,
It's okay, 'cause,
that's
like, I'm gonna get a lot of money from it now.
to be fair, that's probably a good one to use a lot on.
Yeah, right now I have efficiency 18, speed
Let's
10,
see what I
experience
get
1,
from
luck 2.
let's see what I get from a casino crate. Hopefully I get something good. I probably will, but
Dude, you should get a waffle iron.
oh, only 100K.
I have 8 million, dude.
Yeah.
But you need 400 million or whatever, 380 million or whatever
Yeah,
you said.
100K from a crate is horrible because I could have got like a gang rank or whatever and stuff from a casino, but you can open them every day apparently, so I would recommend going there. I didn't know that. Play a game of
How do I do that? Slash casino?
yeah. Play a game of rock paper sword. You can play against the server or do RPS with some others.
Casino crate. Vote to receive a free roll every day. Okay, I'm opening it. Let's see what I get. That's probably why it's so bad. It's a free crate, dude. This is literally a vote crate, essentially.
Yeah, but it's a little bit better than some of the vote crates, but
I got 500 tokens. Pog.
it's better than at least you get something, right? Tokens is always useful to have.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since I spent 20k on merchant.
Yeah.
Even though I mean, I guess that's like in the essence of
RSP.
full disclosure. I feel like
Oh
that's
my god. Challenge Grody. It's like 1 billion. Oh, brother. No thanks.
do it. You don't have to sack.
I don't have the money to do that.
Oh, you have to match his. Oh, okay. You can't do like parts of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you say 1 billion is a lot. That's not a lot for you. Your mine is basically halfway to that. So, I mean, yeah, it's not that bad.
A slot machine. How does this
Dude, I hate it.
a 10 million? You
When I was in
can't.
Vegas, the slot machine was the only thing that made me money. Then I lost it all because some old lady had a better hand in blackjack. It's fucking stupid. But if I had to lose to anybody, it would be the old lady, right?
Yes, for sure.
So I'm gonna sell one inventory without the pickaxe, and then I'm gonna sell an inventory with it, and I'm gonna see what the difference is with 47.
CF.
Oh, you're gonna coin flip. Ooh.
You can coin flip between. You can coin flip the server, I think. I don't. And then there's also themes. You're available. Uh, let's do 100,000, just because I'm interested. Uh, wool. Select their coin. Oh. Oh. Alright. Let's see who wins. I won.
No! That's alright, dude. It's a team. Now you can bet 200K.
Okay. Can I coin flip the server? I think I can. Coin flip. Server. I don't know.
That'd be an interesting attachment.
Coin flips. Wait. What is it? Coin flip bet it's coin flip bet amount, right?
Mm,
It's
sure. I
it's
mean, I just did CF and then I clicked use, so.
so it's amount and then okay. So maybe so two. Let's do. Wait. Let's do. What is this? That's that. All right. Can I do server? No. Wool glass OG. How do I do? How do you go against the server? Because I'm interested. I know you can. I've seen people do it. But I don't know how. Well, I know. At casino, I know that.
That guy's got some attitude, bro. You better watch out for him. You better watch out. Dude, I'm so excited for Christmas. I don't know why.
Oh, maybe you just do coin flip and then you choose one.
You know the
Oh.
shittiest part about going out to Bend, by the way? So generally, the soldiers who live, a certain amount of distance away
Oh,
get, like, a
okay.
hotel to stay at
So
while they're there.
that's how you do it. So, but how do you know how much the coin flip is?
Do you make it? You have to make it, maybe.
No, it's a 10,000 wager. But $10,000 is nothing.
Right.
I
Maybe you
just
have to, like, level up. Maybe you have to win it at
I
that.
just I just made it back though. Wait.
Okay, so
Oh.
I just made 119K.
Oh, low stakes. Wait. Extremes. Wait, it says price per day. Oh, per play. Right click it. So, and then what are these? Well, how? Okay, I can't. So these are the. Oh, these are low stakes, and those are. Low stakes is 10,000. Oh, medium stakes is 1 million. What about these? Is this 100 million? That's tempting. That's real tempting. 100 million.
Do it.
I know, cause you know how long that takes.
No, but it'd be funny if you won, though.
I'll do 1 million though. 1 million's easy to get. Oh man, the server won. What a bitch. What's this? RPS? Oh, rock paper scissors. There's
Rock, paper,
slots.
sword.
Slots too. Sure. Let's see if I can win something in the slots. I won my money, Black. That was close for the slots, apparently. Okay, let's do rock. Will win. It's a draw. Dang it.
When soldiers live a certain amount of distance away from the ring, they get put up in a hotel generally, right?
Uh-huh.
But because the whatever hotel agreement that the guard had in Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
it's getting refigured out. So I'm gonna have to sleep in a sleeping bag after driving for 3 hours
Dang.
and working that whole day after I closed at Burger King.
That is tough.
Dude, I'm gonna be dying low key next week. Like
I
my week next week is so full.
I'm so tempted to do 100 million, but I don't want to right now.
I'd say rank up, then get back to 100 million, and then do it. Since you already have the goal of ranking up right
Yeah.
now.
Let's see how long this okay. You could time me real quick if you want to. Cuz I want to see you could see how long it takes for me to get 1 or 2 million back. And I'm just randomly mining pretty much.
Still watching you technically. Alright, you ready?
Well, I've been already going, but
No, I'm timing it, so.
alright, well, alright. I stopped. So let's just say that was a minute, maybe?
Okay.
A minute. And then I'm gonna just, you know, go back over. If I can go back over here to the sell place. I don't even know if this is close to 1 million or not. Probably not. Oh, 900,000.
Did you sell your stuff?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll reset it.
Well, don't reset it. Just there. Now I got 1 million. How much was that?
I got like 50 seconds, so what was that, 2 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
2 minutes, pretty much. Oh, I don't have my booster on anymore, do I? Dang it, I don't. I just realized this video or stream was supposed to be just in general Minecraft, but now it's just become a prison video, or stream, which is fine with me. But you know, it's all right. I'm talking with you.
Yeah.
I had no agenda other than playing Minecraft, so that's I am living to my agenda pretty much.
Can't wait to move out.
Yeah.
My mom thinks, and I
Honestly,
because
it's weird because I'm not in the same position with like my family completely, but honestly, same because for moving out.
yeah.
Just because like,
Anyways,
yeah,
but like we were talking about it yesterday, and I was saying how it'd probably be a better idea just for me to straight up go for a house instead of an apartment,
that's what I said.
even
Yeah.
if that destroys like my credit or whatever, because the guard can help me with that stuff.
Well, yeah, plus the thing is also that, I mean, right now, you already have a car, and even if it, quote unquote, does destroy your credit, like, there most likely wouldn't be, unless, like, you're a complete idiot with finances, there shouldn't be anything else that you'll need to have credit for, yeah, anything you'll need credit for a while after making that purchase slash decision type of thing. I mean, unless like you like get a house and then like, you know, a year later you're like, oh, I wanna start a business, which I don't think you're gonna like instantly do, even if you wanted to start a business, right? Because you would be like, well, my credits needs to get better, so you'd like, if you did want to start a business, you'd like, well, I want to start a business, but I got to fix my credit first, so you'd make steps to fix that after, and then have your house and still work on that. And my point is, I'm giving you credit that you're not an idiot. 'Cause-
Thanks. That's okay. When I
'Cause I
I've
think there
actually
are
had a
people
kind of
that are
a heavy day
idiots.
today, dude. Like my
Same.
dude, I've
The last few
like
days have been pretty
missed my
bad.
doctor's
Crap.
appointment today, which I've been waiting to do for like a month because we're supposed to do the post-op today. And then
Yeah.
when I called them, I was like, "Did I miss my appointment today?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're supposed to come in at 10:30." And I was like, "Well, I didn't get like a call or anything." You know, 'cause
Right.
last time I almost missed it, they called me about it.
Yeah, or a
Like, hey, by
message
the
or
way,
whatever.
you have an appointment in an hour. They didn't do that this time. So not that that's on them, but I was just thinking about that just now actually. So
Right.
maybe it's not completely my fault.
Right.
But in any case, so I did that, and then I've been like kind of sick all day. Like
Mm.
I've had really bad digestive problems, and
Oh, I feel that. Kind of have
I
had the
mentioned I
same
mentioned
thing.
that to my mom. I was like, yeah, I've had a crappy day, pretty much literally. And she was like, well, she was talking about food, and I was like, dude, I'm hungry, but like
Not really.
I also don't feel good, so I don't know if I want to eat necessarily, but I know I should. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
hopefully I don't feel this crappy on Saturday, which is when I'm supposed to go back.
right. I've had
I
that
can't
feeling
preface how
before.
excited I am to go back, dude. I'm so excited. I told Brubaker yesterday how ready I am to get my life
Back on track.
back on track, because I told him, and you know, something else I talked to my mom about yesterday is that like when I got injured, I felt like I got set back a lot in terms
Yeah.
of I had plans and everything. I had stuff I wanted to do and I had goals,
Right.
but then I got hurt. That kind of just put me in a really really bad place.
Yeah. A
But
tough spot.
in any case, yeah, for sure. In any case, I was telling him how, you know, I'm fixed now for the most part,
Right.
and he said yesterday, he's like, yeah, I really hope that leg again. I was like, dude, why did you say that? Why are you jinxing me right now?
Already.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I'm not necessarily deploying because I'm moving units now, so I don't.
Right.
Which kind of sucks a little bit, but I guess that's how it was supposed to go. So that's how God intended it, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe something else is supposed to happen. But
Right.
in any case, now it gives me more time to kind of be at Burger King, move up the ladder, as it were.
I don't
Guess.
I don't know why, but in my head I heard a second thing. Like I know what you said, but in my head I also heard I don't want to be a burden, and I'm like, wait, that's 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 definitely not what I said.
that's no, but I'm pretty much on the fast track to a lot better of a job essentially, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Like what we were talking about last time I was over at your house. Is like now that I know I have time for it, because I'm not deploying and I'm not doing extra stuff for my unit right now. Is now I have time to commit to the training and everything.
Right.
Like I know I have that time.
Right.
So,
Do you know if there's
it's great.
do you know like this is like we're switching topics back, but that's kind of what we do. Or at least that's what I do sometimes. Do you know if there's like other than like I don't know. Do you know if there's certain things you need to do for like Uber Eats that I may not know, which I probably don't because I've not used the app as much.
So I know you need. So obviously there's a different. There's an Uber drivers app. I'm not really
Right.
sure what it's called, but I know you can download it on any phone. So you're
Right.
techy enough. You'll be able to find it. I have faith in you.
Yeah.
I found it. You can find it, right? So,
Yeah, no, I get that
anyways,
part.
Anyway, so there's obviously a different app you have to download.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, you have to have a legitimate license. You have to take a picture of the.
I don't know why, but it reminded me back when you were younger, and you would say to like people or whatever, you're like, what'd you get your license out of cereal box?
Yeah, you can have one of them cereal box licenses, alright?
Oh man,
I'm watching you, dude. Alright.
not the
I got you
cereal
number
box
one.
license, not like the
No,
one,
not
not
the cereal box license.
Not the ones with the where you put your name in crayon.
Nah, dude.
Oh man, damn.
I use highlighter.
Oh, highlighter. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So, anyways, you need your license, um, the car's like VIN, stuff like that. You gotta take a picture of it.
Right.
You also have to you have to take a few pictures of the car so that they can assess it for damages and stuff like that.
Right.
As well as like the inside and stuff like that. And obviously you're a clean person, so I would say add in a picture of the inside of the car so that they know like what it looks like on the inside too.
Right.
And then they might be asking for insurance, so you'll need to have the proof of insurance card that you probably get from your insurance.
Mhm.
Because I obviously have one, so I know you probably do. And then I think that's it.
Okay, that's
So
pretty.
pictures of the car to make sure the car is valid. You need your license, and you need and the app will tell you obviously in more depth of like what the view of what they need is.
Right.
But I know for a fact that you need at least the license, maybe insurance, and then the details on the car from the car. So you have to take the picture.
I definitely
straight
could.
up of
I definitely could. I could definitely notice. I could definitely expect them to want insurance if you're doing just normal Uber and Lyft and stuff. But I think Uber Eats would be. I would imagine Uber Eats would be a little bit more laid back just because of the fact that, you're not carrying anybody else with you. You're just carrying their food.
Right, I'm just saying, like, just realize it's a possibility. I'm not saying you
Oh,
have to, I'm just saying. I
right.
think that's the one piece of information I'm not absolutely sure about. Because I know you need the VIN, and I know you need, like, pictures of the car and everything, as
Right.
well as your license. But,
Right.
because they obviously have to make sure the car is legitimate.
Right.
Like, if you say you're going to be in a car and you're actually on a bike,
Yeah.
your times are obviously going to be scuffed. But
Yeah.
in any case.
You can't be in a plastic toy car that you made.
Yeah, no Hot Wheels, alright?
Yeah.
But in any case, yeah, it's very easy. It took me maybe like 30 minutes to an hour because obviously like loading screens and making sure you get the picture right. Because like you'll take a picture of your VIN number and it'll be like, oh, we can't see the numbers. You have to retake it, so you'll have to go back.
Yeah, that type of stuff is annoying. I dealt with that a lot
Oh
with.
yeah, for sure. You just gotta. I mean, number
Right.
one, you should probably know where your VIN is anyway.
No, yeah.
But no, it was definitely annoying to be like, oh shit, I have to retake that or whatever.
No, yeah.
As well as they might actually also need a picture of you to see like this beyond your license.
Right.
You'll need a personal picture saying like this is what I look like more often than this is what my license is.
Yeah, yeah. This is
You have to make sure you're not a criminal.
right. Yeah.
Even though criminals can work it or do work at Uber Eats and drive Grubhub and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do.
I don't doubt.
It's literally the easiest job to get. You just need a legitimate license and call. That's all you need.
No, yeah. I know. I just.
You know, criminals, they can get a legitimate car.
I just imagine someone like they're like there's like a question, like questionnaires and surveys or whatever. They're like, "Are you a criminal?" And like a criminal's like, "No." No. No, I just I just casually murdered someone the other day. But that he ran into my knife, okay?
Well, and the thing is like they can only drive for the food service ones because they won't allow them to drive for the people, obviously.
Well,
But,
yeah, cuz that might be a little bit bad, Imagine,
because they do a background check along with your.
Yeah. That makes sense, yeah. Well, yeah, what sucks is like not all people that have been in prison are like technically what I like in my eyes I would consider like criminals or like what like, those like hard like they're technically quote unquote are to a point, but like they're not hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not like oh, I evaded my taxes. you're going to go to, I mean, most of the time you don't, but, oh, you evaded your taxes. You're going to go to jail for a little bit.
That actually happens more often than really murder cases, to be honest. Tax evasions get solved much easier than murder cases for obviously reasons, like, there's the whole. Obviously, proof of tax evasion is much easier to get than proof of a murder. But
Yeah.
they also get there's also more likely, like, more tax evaders will get convicted than murderers, for example.
To go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
and
not like a long time. They go for, like, I want to say a month maybe.
yeah, but
Maybe longer. Plus you get a warning with the tax evasion. In a general sense, they're like, okay, well, they'll look at your records and everything. They'll realize, okay, maybe you were broke or whatever. But
I don't know.
if you get a good judge, you'll be on probation, and then you'll have to pay an extra amount when next time taxes come around. That's generally what happens.
Right. I just imagine just someone like evades taxes for tax evasion. Maybe they are broke, or maybe they're just evading taxes or whatever, or they aren't fully broke, but they're not making enough money, really not a lot of money, and the person, and then they, catch them, and they're just like, yeah, they're like, we're gonna give you a warning. And he's just like, I don't know where I was going with this. I lost my train of thought on it, but the point was still there.
Yeah, I got it. I understood. Alright, here.
Telepathically, you can understand what I'm trying to say. Anybody watching the stream is like, I don't get it. I don't get what he was trying to say. This
Dude. Don't worry. I've been here long enough, dude. I understand. I speak fluffy. Basically created the language.
Well, yeah. So get this. We were camping at Metzler, right? And this one of the nights, I don't know, one of the nights we were like trying to read each other's lips. My brother Ali and me, right? Just cuz we were talking about talking about how my grandma
Oh, did she go? I thought she wasn't going to.
she went for like not very long, a day pretty much, a day and night pretty much, yeah, anyways, like a day and night, and then she went back. But the point is, we pretty much was on the conversation of her, and I was pretty much saying that she doesn't hear very well, and how she usually understands people because she doesn't hear very well is actually, she's talked to me at least about it in the past, that she actually reads people's lips to like better grasp what you're saying. So like that's why, like, if you say something and you're in another room and she's not there, that's why she'll be like, what? Not just because she can't hear very well, but also because she's not obviously reading your lips. But in like the room, she'll probably hear you better, but also because she can, even when she can't fully hear you, she can get a grasp of what you're saying, obviously.
Got it.
So we were having a conversation with that, and somehow we got trying to read each other's lips by saying stuff, and we got onto the conversation. So we're trying to read Allie's lips, her doing it, not doing it very well because we're obviously don't do that at all, really. And then we could somewhat get it, and then we did that for Ben, and then I wanted them to try it for me, and then and then they're like, you and like for me it's like so different apparently, that like for them it's like you're not even saying words, like it doesn't like type of thing.
What?
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I guess in a way that's possible. Not that I'm not saying words, but that, because like we were like not actually saying, we weren't actually like speaking it out, cause so they could actually sound it out, but we were speaking it, but like, silently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So I was doing that, and they're just like, it's weird because it doesn't look normal or right. And I'm like, well, I guess the only way that could, I guess one reason that could be is because the way I learned language, the English language, and the way, I learned to speak and stuff is literally a different neural connection slash network than everybody else, or not everybody, but a lot of the majority.
That's very good point, actually. I like
So, and I asked mom about it because she was in the trailer, and she's like, well, for some words, because I was asking her, do I actually like with certain words, do I look, does it actually look wrong or look different with like sounding out or like lips, reading lips? She says, well, for some words you definitely like certain words or letters, you definitely do it differently, which I never knew, obviously. So you look like, cause I
that's interesting.
cause I had to learn it differently, just because my brain, was had a hard time with it, and those neural connections for other people that would usually work, for learning, the sounds like ba and and ah, ah, ba, duh, those types of, for like sounding out letters and words and all those types of things, and all those types, yeah, all those types of things,
Hmm.
uh, and just like the actual speaking wise, like that is, that was, was different for me. That's why, I mean, that's that's one of the reasons why Ben is named Ben. Because when I was 5 years old, it was one of the only names that I could say. Somewhat right.
That's actually that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I actually that's why like sometimes my mom and I, or not my mom, but sometimes we've joked around how like I technically named Ben.
Hmm.
'Cause yeah. 'Cause they literally like my mom and dad literally went through all these different names that they liked and then said them to me and figured out which ones I could like pronounce and say at that age, or like close enough.
That's a good way to do it.
And then they like and then they like, I don't think I exactly said Ben, but I probably said like bed. Or I don't know what I said, but the point is it was close enough, if not Ben, and it probably was Ben. But
That's interesting. I
so
like that. I'm at mine T now. So that's cool.
T.
T. I also haven't gotten a boost from the merchant thing yet. I have rank 47, so that's unfortunate.
You should always think about getting the boosters for token boosters, by the way, just because they're useful to get. I don't always forget about them, but I forget about them sometimes.
Candies, prestige, backpacks. Is it enchantments or?
No, 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 it's in front. So like when you sell stuff,
Mhm.
um, so there's one that says click to sell, and then there's booster. Right click on him, and then there's XP booster.
Oh, okay. I see
Yeah,
him.
uh, and you use XP to buy it.
Oh
I,
my god. I could get a token booster for an hour
yeah,
for 200 levels. That's not bad.
it's totally worth it
Alright, I'm doing it.
because it's 2 times. So you
That's
think
all my levels, by the way, so I'm chilling about it.
you,
I don't
th
care.
you think about it like this, of like, if you got if you got, let's say in that hour you usually would get like 50,000, you would get 100,000, which It's a big difference if you think about it.
You're not wrong, dude. I don't think you've ever been wrong.
I definitely have never been wrong. Never at all. Never in my life. Yeah. Oh, so it's my also if you do slash booster, it will tell you how much time you have remaining on it.
That sounds good. I just started it, so where are you at right now?
I had a 30-minute one on, so I just checked it. Usually what I'll do is I'll either do the 10-minute ones to 30-minute ones just because of the fact that I usually on prison don't mind for an hour because I usually get bored of it by the by an hour unless like I don't, but most of the time I usually get bored. So I do it for about 10 to 30 minutes because then I like know that okay, I'll use it until the booster is done and then I'll get off of that at least.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, yeah, I definitely did something. I made a you know, progress on it.
Nice.
You know, I'm interested in how many crystals I have, but I'm gonna wait until I finish my booster. You know, finish my booster seat.
Yeah, true. I don't remember sitting in one. I don't think we ever got one for me.
It's possible. I mean,
Not the flex or anything, 'cause that's not really a flex. That's dangerous, but
that is kind of dangerous to be fair.
I don't remember ever having one.
Well, like there's also those like there's also like the two different boosters. Like, well, I guess they're not. Okay, when I think of
Whoa! Speaking of boosters, I get paid tomorrow. Sorry, that was.
I mean, I do too, but it's like nothing, so that's why I need to start doing
I'm getting paid tomorrow.
that.
I need to figure that
That's
out.
why I need to do like Uber Eats or whatever, because or like get another job because of the fact that like literally if I was working a minimum wage job, I would be though working and I just work the same days, but I was work 8 hours those days. I'd be making like two to three times that the amount of money I'm making right now, so it's totally
So
worth
you
it.
said you didn't want to work in food, right?
Well,
Is
it's not that
not
I
the consensus I had?
if I can't avoid it, yeah. I mean, I mainly I would mainly I would say that I would want to try to stay in like I guess along the I don't I guess I guess how I would put it is I don't want to go too off the beaten path job wise. That makes sense? So
Makes sense.
like if I go into too much into food or retail, then all my experience will just be in food and retail. Or like if I go into too much into retail or food or this or that, then I'll have all this experience in this, but I won't have any experience in any of the jobs I actually want to do long term, which will suck. So like in my eyes,
At the same time, I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's respectable.
so in like my eyes, it's kind of like I would honestly rather do like I'd honestly, in some ways, I would want to do like an internship or like a part-time job that even if I'm not making money or making like a small amount of money, and let's say I'm doing like another job with that thing or whatever, I would rather do that because that internship or whatever will get me like the first step into it if that makes any sense, or at least maybe it won't get me in the first step of what I want to do forever or whatever, but it might me into something that at least is closer on the lines of me more interested into something, right? So like maybe I have an internship that's photography or filmmaking or whatever. Like I'm a camera. I'm holding I'm like a new like for the news or whatever. I'm the person doing the camera operator, right?
Right. Makes
That's
sense.
not what I would want to do for my whole life, but I'm making money at it, and it's not something I completely hate, and and it's somewhat along the lines of what I want to do, or at least similar. So like for example, if I'm doing camera operator for news, anchor news stuff, then I could always, connect that to, filmmaking or into being the film industry.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so or I might be able to meet someone that is in that industry. I mean, I might be able to meet someone that maybe is in the news industry now that was in the film industry, or knows someone that knows someone. So there's also those type of situations too, because like also, so I don't know, it's difficult right now. I'm in a but to be fair, to be completely honest right now, I'm in a very stuck spot with like career-wise and like job-wise, because I'm just like in a space of like I really don't know what. I mean, like I don't think anyone does 100%, but like I don't really know what I want to like devote my time 100% to, and I'm just kind of in this, you know, like I don't know, gliding space. Like I'm in this space of like shit, like I don't know what to focus my energy on, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if I should be focusing on like mental, like trying to focus mental health stuff, if I should be fixing this, if I should be fixing that, if I should be like trying to like making a business, getting this and that. Like I don't know, I'm in a very weird place I think right now, where I'm just kind of like I don't really have, I don't know. I have no, like right now I think I have like no direction, if that makes any sense.
No, what? You cut off.
Oh, I was saying I'm kind of in a place where I have like no direction, if that makes sense.
Oh, direction. Okay, that's the word I missed. You said I have no, and then you cut out. I was like,
Yeah, like the direction, like I like there's many like paths that I see me being able to potentially go, but like or like ways that I could try to go. But you know, I just it doesn't it's difficult because I don't know what no matter what you do with your time, or no matter what you do, it always takes it takes energy, right? It always takes some sort of mental, physical, emotional energy. And right
yeah,
now,
so when I was a depressed piece of shit.
true. So it's always a situation. Right now, it's in a situation of what do I well, like what should so like I've done the things that I like know I needed to do, right? But I don't like but I'm in a place right now where there isn't a quote unquote next step that I have to 100% do right now, or that um there's not like a force for me to do anything, but I'm also kind of like, well, I'm just it's for lack of a better phrase, I'm definitely in this like very weird spot right now. And I don't know how to explain it other than what I've already said, you know?
No, I get it. No, it makes complete sense to me. I mean, being stuck is. I get that. I've been there.
I think it's a normal thing of everybody, a normal thing of especially being in like your
Oh
20
yeah, for sure. A
of
lot of
being in
people
20s and stuff.
experience that stuff in their in their 40s. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, there's a lot of businessmen. I'll tell you, like they were stuck in their 30s and 40s. And you're
Right.
like, you're 20, you're in your 20s, right? So
Yeah.
anyway, so what I want to say is, take this how you will, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, whether you like it or not.
No, I won't take it. I'm not I'm kidding.
Muted.
Yeah, mute.
I will say that, I mean, obviously, you want to find something you want to do in terms of for now, even if it's not your end goal. You want to do something that makes you money.
Right.
Feel like you're doing something, right?
Right.
So I think you already have a few things to consider. Obviously, we just talked about the whole DoorDash thing or whatever, Postmates and all that jazz. You can figure it out. See if
Yeah.
that's something you want to try out for a little bit. I
Right.
will say, take this how you want it, but where I'm working at, a lot of people have been leaving recently. Um, for example, one kid left because of school, just as an example. Um, one
Yeah.
lady left because she's pregnant, so she's gonna go get.
Right.
So I will say we have openings. So if you wanted to kind of dip your toe in the water and be like, okay, I'll just do this for now to make money, and then figure out my next step with everything else. But
Yeah.
then be doing something, whether you love it or not. And honestly, I didn't think I'd like it working in fast food until I did it.
Yeah.
I never thought I would enjoy a fast food place until I started it.
Right.
Plus, you can if your whole stigma is not liking talking to people, you can work just in the kitchen, for example.
Right.
You don't have to be a shift lead or whatever, where you're essentially the boss and
I would
taking the lead all the time.
I would say it's not that I think what's weird is it's not that I don't like talking to people. It's that it's that I'm like it's that there's two factors to it for people, I think. There's one which can only change if I actually do the steps or do the progress, which is that I'm not that I just don't I've lost I don't have the experience, like I don't socialize anymore. Like I don't have the experience with socializing that much anymore. And so there's that factor. But talking to people isn't necessarily hard or that I don't necessarily want to do. I think the other thing though is that when it comes to like talking to people or like socializing in a general sense, I guess, not necessarily with like customer service or in general, but like in a general sense, I think I am sick of certain things. Like I'm sick of like I'm sick of things that are normal in society that you have to do, but I don't want to do anymore. So it's hard, you know? Like I'm sick but I know I have to do that. So I'm like sick of small talk. I'm sick of like dealing with like fakeness, if that makes sense. And like fakeness I'm using in a loose way. Like I'm not saying everybody's like fake necessarily, but like what I mean like fake is like I think a lot of people, especially now with technology and of stuff, is a lot of people they don't have a way. A lot of people don't show a vulnerable side or the true side of them a lot of the time, except through like sometimes certain outlets. Social media outlets are very specific people. I mean, that can vary, but it's just interesting because I feel like a lot of people are they're more likely to be honest online. People are more likely to be honest online, and yeah, that's because it's behind the screen, all those types of things. But more likely to be honest online and be themselves online than they ever will be in real life, right? And I think what's difficult for me about it is not that fact, but that like I'm a very open person and a very like person that's just out there vulnerability wise. So like people because like I like deep connections, I like getting to know people and stuff and their life story and stuff. But, you know, people aren't quick because of how society works and especially American society, how it works is people aren't quick to get to that stage. So you have to go through a lot of small talk and a lot of, in my opinion, um, I mean, it can depend, but sometimes a lot of bullshit to get to the point where you're actually getting to stuff that is like, um, interesting, or like the kind of like I wouldn't consider like you could consider maybe what we're talking about small talk, but it's not really small talk. Like what like we're actually in like getting to the point where we are, where you have where when your conversations are talking, they just come off fluidly, you know?
Hmm.
Even when it's small talk, it's not really small talk because it has like a comfortability to it. It's
Yeah.
not like it there's
Plus, it's one of those things like we're not like obviously we're not like mad at each other or whatever. So there's no argument portion or whatever. There's
right.
no hostility because neither of us are necessarily in a terribly bad mood right now. I mean, if this call was like 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, I might have told you something different.
Right.
But there's a whole like we're obviously we've been friends for so long. We can just talk about whatever we want and then go from topic to topic, which is what we've been doing. Plus, it's
Right.
one of those things like we can offer each other like solutions to not necessarily small problems, but problems that we're having. For example, you've been looking for work for a while now, besides or even beyond what you're doing with your dad and stuff. And if it's
Right.
one of those things where you just want work to stay busy, dude, I'll tell you right now, you work at any restaurant and you will be busy the entire time you're there. The entire time.
Right.
So like that whole productive feeling that you need, I
Right.
think,
Yeah.
and that you've told me that you've needed and everything
Right.
beyond just sitting at a computer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's there. It's there for you. You are always doing something. I'll tell you what, I've only sat there and done nothing for like maybe an hour. And I've been there for over a month. So
Right.
it's one of those things where like, I mean, do you want to do it as a career? Maybe not. But
Right.
if it's about filling your day with something as well as making money, like maybe you don't get the best connections with, maybe you don't necessarily agree with all. And I'll tell you right now, there's gonna be people there you hate, because I hate them. And we're like not necessarily the same person, but we like the same personality, right?
Yeah.
So there will be people there you don't like.
Yeah.
Like Jim, you probably hate him. Okay, but the thing is you will be getting a lot of what you need out of that. And obviously you don't have to. I'm not like pressuring you. It's just one of those things where it's an option. So not only where you'd be opening your horizons to something different,
Right.
but honestly you get to work with me. So there's another thing.
Right.
We get to work together. So
Right.
and I'm like obviously I'd be like I would essentially be your boss at this point. But I'm not like that. I'm a lot more like let's work as a team and
Let's collaborate to get stuff
yeah,
done.
you can ask Tyler, dude. I don't buy. Like I'll ask him to do stuff, and he'll ask me to do stuff, and that's cool. We're chilling.
Yeah, and I don't know. Honestly, it's weird because I don't know if you've ever seen like okay, it's not that you've never seen me work, but I don't know if you've ever seen me when I'm in like 100% like work mindset, work mode. You know what I mean? Like when I'm actually like work mode, like in that type of thing. You may have, but I'll be honest. Like I'm totally not mean or anything. It's not like that. Like I'm not turned into one of those people. But like because I'm like naturally hardworking, I would say, and stuff like that. I like for example, with my dad's job, right? It didn't take me very long. Like it took me a second to understand everything. But like there's something about me where I get to the point where I get like so efficient at things where it like even scares like me sometimes. You know what I mean? Is that weird? Like I'm just like for example, I mean like for example that's more like busy work, but when I'm doing stuff that is like pretty like doesn't require too much like obviously when I'm first learning it it's going to take brain power, but once I get the idea of it, I become just more and more and more and more and more so much more efficient to the point where I'm just like wait, I just did that in like to, like, you know, I don't know what the time base for you guys are, but the point is like you get to the point where you're just like, wait, I did that in like that short amount of time. That's crazy.
Right.
Because then you're
And if nothing else, you get the fulfillment of knowing you fed people. At least for me, like I love the fact that that we're giving food, not giving, but just like paying for it. But like that we're fulfilling someone's day with something that might make them.
you're providing a service for a person. That's what I think you're trying to say.
Yeah, my dick isn't out, but I'm providing service.
It might be one of your love languages, to be honest.
What?
Providing service, or like being like, there's a, I don't know what it's called, but there's like, there's a type of thing where um it's not like there's gift giving, but there's another one like
Acts of service?
acts of service. Yeah, so that might be, and I think honestly it's weird because I didn't really realize it until I met Allie, but I think it's true that for love languages, there are some times for people, actually for a lot of people, there can be a difference for people where they can feel content or happy with giving certain love languages and also need different love languages to feel loved. So if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like for example, yeah, like so yeah, because you know, for example, like Allie's a very good example of that I would say she doesn't her love language wouldn't necessarily be acts of service or giving or I wouldn't say her love language is gift giving and receiving, but her giving, like what she feels content or happy about as a love language that makes her feel like good about herself, is that love language for other people. And for some other people that's physical touch. So it's, and I think like, I don't know, like I think love language is a little bit more complicated than just like I need this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I think you can, in my opinion, like for me, for example, I could say I need I could say being with someone makes me like having quality time makes me feel connected and loved, but um giving physical affection, which I would somewhat say true, plus quality time, but that's a whole nother thing. Giving physical affection to other people would be how I feel like good, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also quality time too, but that's, you know, that's just me, not everybody, obviously.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not somebody that necessarily has to have quality time with somebody necessarily. I mean, I like to spend time with people,
You
but I don't
know,
have to have it. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
don't.
and I wouldn't say I necessarily have to have it, because that's what's weird about me as, I mean, it's weird because like, I guess for me as an introvert, I'm weird because, or somewhat introverted personality because like, I honestly think I'm an ambivert, which is a combination of the two, of extrovert and introvert. Because when, like, you've seen me when I'm actually, like, talking to an individual, like, when I actually get to the point where I'm having a conversation with a person, right? Like, you can tell, like, there's, like, someone that's, like, really introverted, I don't think that would come off. Like, it would be as easy with conversation as it is for me.
Right.
Now that might just be like stereotype or whatever, but like,
Makes sense. Oh, I like how we went from job talking to.
See, and like that. See, I need a I need I like relationships like this, where there isn't necessarily a judgment, I guess, or a agenda, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, there can be an agenda.
There's no. I mean, obviously, like we've made plans together.
Yeah, and that's totally
In
and
that
that's
sense, there's an agenda. But like,
right.
we don't have to be, in the same room or even playing to be happy or whatever. You just be text and be like, hey, how's it going today, and then
Right.
you're off to the races, right?
Right.
So, I don't know. It's kind of just like there's a stigma I feel like about dating right now, where it's like a lot of it is. I think for me, it's kind of like what I'm experiencing is that a lot of girls are kind of just like they'll tell you that they're interested, but then like I swear to God, maybe like a few days later they're not talking. You know what I mean? Like I had that happen like a few days ago, where like this girl was telling me how or whatever, and we even made plans to hang out. And I swear to God, within 10 minutes, I wasn't able to talk to her anymore.
That's really weird.
Within 10 minutes of us making plans, saying like we're gonna meet here and stuff like that, like I couldn't talk to her anymore. And I was like, so I'm almost at the point where like I want to focus on myself a little bit right now.
See, and I'm kind of at that. See, I'm at that point too, but I'm also at the point where like, kind of like you were, at some point. You're not anymore, I would say, but I'm at that, for lack of a better phrase, hoe stage, so to speak.
Yes.
I want.
You're having a hoe stage.
But like the thing is I'm having it, but I don't, like, there's not, like, it's not being fulfilled. Like, you know what I mean? Because there's no way I can fulfill it right now. Because there's no one. I don't know girls. There's no way I talk to girls right now. And not good. I mean, I don't just go. I'm not great at, like, I don't know. If I'm honest, I'll be I've always been like a slightly, if not more slightly, a little envious that you've like been that's like talking to girls, or like getting to the point where like you get to a friendship stage at least. Like comes easy to you, because that's never like, or you get to that point, because like, I just doesn't for me, or I don't know if it doesn't, but like, and I'm not saying it's not that it couldn't, it's just I think what it is like I've said in the past, is I just don't talk to strangers enough, or people enough. Like, I guarantee, like, it's the I think it's the stupidest thing, where I know that if I talk to strangers, there's definitely one girl that's going to be like, fuck me right now type of thing. Not that exactly, because it'll probably be in a public setting, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like that type of thing, but more subtle, because it'll be public. But like that type, Anyways, without going into detail, like, and it's just, but the thing is in order for that to actually, those type of things to actually like anything to actually happen, you have to obviously talk to people. And the problem with me is I don't go out enough / talk to people enough. But once I'm actually talking to a person, it's not that hard. Like, I might be a little awkward, but who isn't, right? And it's just, it's like I hate myself for it, which is not obviously the best thing to be, but it's like, it's the situation where what you like can be doing to fix a problem, but you just can't get yourself to fix that problem. Have you ever had a situation like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
like,
mean?
yeah. Well, okay.
I've definitely been there.
Well, I meant like not exactly like a situation like your knee, like a situation where like you can fix it right now.
Yeah, no, I could though. That's the thing. It's like there were ways where I could essentially fix it. Like
Okay.
I could have gone to my own doctor and stuff like that, and I
Okay.
could have spent a small fortune on fixing myself, right? And obviously that maybe that was a bad example, but again, it's just one of those things where you're saying like
Right.
you're almost saying you can't, and I'll tell you what, like
It's not
since
can't.
you kind of made
It's, it's
the
it's not can't. It's just a thing of that I don't. That
right,
because I obviously can. It's just that like it's that like yeah, I just don't. And that honestly, I think the other thing is that like yeah, I don't. The true reality of it is I don't really go out that often because like I don't like again I don't have those like things to unless I have like an errand or I have something that I literally want to go out for a reason for. I don't. I like even though I don't have the same like leash, so to speak, as like your parents have on you to a point, I like somehow feel like I do, which is weird because I don't think it is 100%, but I sometimes feel like I do because I can't necessarily come and go, right? I would still have to they'd still have to obviously be aware.
yeah,
So in that way, it's not 100%, you know, that. So it's those types of things. Like I could obviously leave without them knowing. That type of thing. But they'll probably either call me or they'll be pissed potentially and be like, where were you? Especially my grandma out of all of those people.
yeah,
Um, depending on like in a situation, depending on the situation, it definitely be uh and what time it is and stuff. But ironically about that, there has been times where like I know I'm not gonna be going far, like I'm just going to Safeway or a convenience store that's like not very far away at all, like 7-Eleven, that type of place for like a drink. So I won't really tell anyone unless they're obviously there, then I will tell them. But just like go if they're in the room or whatever, I'll just like go and do that and stuff because I know I'm like it's gonna take like at most 5 to 15 minutes, and most of the time they won't even notice. And there's been times with my grandma that I've been gone for like a lot of time, like hours with like my dad, right, for work. She'd be like, I didn't even know you were gone. I'm like, oh, okay.
damn. I think something though that's interesting that you know bringing up the whole like me having an easy time. You also have to remember throughout high school and even some of middle school, 90% of my friends were
Yeah,
girls.
yeah, no,
So I had that practice from the jump, and I'm not saying. I mean, obviously we've had this conversation before. Where I'd say like, hey, we should go. If you want to get better at talking to women, you just talk to them. That's literally
yeah,
as difficult as that might be for you to wrap your head around. It's really not that hard. Literally a hi, and if they blow you off, fuck it, go to the next one. It's a mall. What are they gonna do? You know what I mean? Like leave? All right, go ahead. I'll go talk to someone else then. You know what I mean? So it's one
right,
of those things where you could absolutely, and I have every faith in you that you could go and talk to whoever you wanted, and even if
right.
it's not a romantic thing like we've seen before,
Oh yeah, most of I would say
even if it's not romantic,
honestly, I
even if
would.
it's like,
Sorry, all I was trying to say is, on honestly, like yeah, there has been times where it's like flirting, but I would say I would say honestly, the majority of the time, I I may flirt or whatever, or be comedic or whatever, but I I wouldn't say that like or compliment, but like I wouldn't say that like I'm seeking to have like obviously a romantic relationship with any of those people or whatever because of the fact that like yeah, especially like yeah, just because I'm not. If anything, I'm just kind of like, you know, if you become my friend, that's great. We get to know each other, that's great. We ever get to the stage where we're dating or whatever, that's great. But I know that like you have to get to in my opinion, in order to have a really healthy dating relationship, you should know the person more and all those types of things. So you shouldn't go have almost like going for like dating at the beginning is like kind of like it's not bad, but it's kind of the wrong approach in my opinion. But because that is the common approach that why women are approached by guys, it's tough because women when they're approached by guys, they always assume we're hitting on them. And the problem is most of the time I'm not hitting on you. Like, yeah, I might think you're attractive or you're interesting. That's great. But I'm not it's not because I want to date you. It's because you're curious to me as an individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's something you should bring up. Like when you're talking to them, hey, by the way, I thought you looked interesting or whatever. And honestly, that's the best one of the best icebreakers is complimenting them.
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, I saw you from
Afar or
there,
whatever. Yeah.
and we made eye contact, and you looked really interesting, so I decided to come see if we wanted to have a chat for a little bit. And like I said, I know I make it sound easy, and it's not, but I will say this right now: when you realize how easy it can be to start a conversation, the rest, and I've seen it in my own eyes, the rest is literally cake. And like you were saying, you don't have to go on for the relationship or whatever. You could literally just be there to talk.
Yeah.
And I think they would be okay with that. A lot of girls are okay with that, especially if you're like, if it's one of those things like we've had before where it's like she's at work not doing a lot, so you're kind of just filling her day. That
Yeah.
could be a good mood point for her, and she might remember you for that. So when you come back, it is romantic. You know what I mean? Like when you talk again, right? So, it's one of those things where I've had a lot more practice. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
since middle school, that's what 10 years probably, almost. Where I just literally I talked to a majority of girls. Like that was majority who I talked to.
Yeah. And then
So
and then
I had
and then my practice is I mean besides like my practice is besides, that you and a few other people, uh, I didn't have friends. So, that's my experience. That's why I think it's also hard because of the fact that like if I'm 100% like honest, I could have like let's say like we were never friends, something that, we never became friends or whatever, or something like that. I could have easily seen me becoming, a loner through like elementary, middle school, high school. Not because I wanted to be 100%, but just because that like I felt, just because well like one I went through like depression a lot because I got that at like 12 and all that type of stuff. But and went through a lot of other stuff. So there's those factors. But if you're not including like stuff like that, where I was dealing with those types of things in school, that I honestly like just did not have. You know, like one of the things I think I regret the most too at like in like those middle school, high school age is not that like, you know, friendships, like any things like that honestly, it's like it's honestly not being authentic, like partially not being authentic to myself, but also like not trying things out. Like just like in middle school and high school especially. Elementary school is like elementary school, and I don't think that was bad at all really. Honestly, out of all three of those, I would say elementary school was the best. Which is sad to say, but like honestly, when I was like the most outgoing and I had the most when I was the most authentic to me, which is not 100% true, I guess. But for the when I was more somewhat authentic to me, it was like okay, let's put it this way. I could definitely remember having a few I could definitely remember you, I could remember, Billy, I could remember having good times and probably because it was elementary school, but you know, people weren't scary, right? I mean, I'm not saying people are scary now, but like,
The fear of rejection is definitely real.
yeah. Like when I was
Even if you're not going for anything romantic, even if it's just a guy.
I think that's what's great about kids and when you notice it when like kids are young of I mean, you notice it when talking to kids that they don't I mean, depends, but the majority of them don't really have that fear of rejection or filter.
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't. Like they're just like if you ask them about that like for example, like I was around Lily, which is like she's like a 3-year old, which is technically I think my nephew. I I don't know if that I'm right on that, but the point is she's 3 years old. Pat's daughter, which is my stepdad's son's granddaughter. Anyways, the point being is that she was at the camping, so I was obviously seeing her around her, and there was multiple times where we would be like, cause you know we were talking or we were wanting her to go back to her parents because maybe she was getting too much or whatever, and but not want to like be mean or whatever, and uh, so people would be like, so like Ali and Ali's mom was there, and Ali's mom was like, do you want to go see? Do you want to go see Dad? And she's just like no, you know, and stuff like that. Just like they just have no filter, and they're like that type of
That's hilarious.
you know
That's
they just like when you're a kid, you just don't have a filter. Like there's no filter, and you're not really scared of like rejection type of thing, like because you have that imagination and stuff. Like if like another example would be obviously if the kid doesn't like someone, right? Like they're scared of them or they just don't like that person, maybe they feel off about them or whatever, right? They're like, "Do you like you know, do you like Josh?" This is not for her. She does like me, I think. But the point is, just for this example, do you like Josh? No. you know, or whatever.
right.
That type of
Well, that's because they don't understand social stigmas yet. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, exactly.
they think they're doing it right, and that's why that's why it's important to have a parent there, especially like the first you know throughout the growing stages, because they can become an insensitive piece of shit.
I think too.
They never learn how
Right.
to communicate with people.
That being said, though, I think there is a very good balance between that where you don't want to completely take away all of that because you know there's a point where you don't necessarily want them to become this like really sensitive, completely driven by society's standards and social norms and all these types of things, right? You know what I mean? You still want them to be like able to kind of be like, no, that's not okay, or kind of be like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna go against a society and stay true to myself or whatever it is, even if it's kind of a little out there, so to speak. So I think there is a balance in that, obviously, in just like there is in everything, but that's obviously hard to teach your kids that hard to teach your kids of you can be honest, but you can't be honest with everybody all the time, and you have to and all these types of like
That's
there's
why you gotta slowly teach them, like being simple about it. Like when they're 3, you don't say, "Oh, you made him go with this." Like, "Hey, that was bad. Go apologize." Like that, you gotta be straight up with them. But then once they get older, 7, 8, 9, you be like, "Hey, so you did this wrong. This is why. Maybe you can fix it or whatever."
yeah, the most you
Go more in depth.
the most you say to the most you say if they did say something like really bad or something really hurtful that isn't like really okay or not good for like someone and said that to someone or are doing something is you'd say, hey, you hurt this person's feelings. You should say sorry. That type of stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
those types of things. So that you're teaching them.
You can't go into depth and expect them to understand that when
Right.
they're 3. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that doesn't.
That doesn't go
So
over that.
like, because some adults don't understand that. Like Michael, for example, he
Right.
wouldn't understand stuff because he doesn't. Obviously, he's at a point with his mental stuff that he doesn't communicate with people the same way as you and I do, and that's
Right.
because he's mentally disabled.
Right.
So obviously that's different, but it's just one of those examples where you can't
Not
teach it.
right. It's not always.
Where
Plus, yes, not also everything socially is definitely teachable. Some things you have to just kind of learn.
by doing it, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I hope, like, if I have kids, I hope they learn from trial and error. That, like, I
Yeah.
hope that for them because, like, not because I won't like guide them along the way as their parent, but like that I feel like I learned a lot because I experienced it for myself, and
Yeah.
I wish that upon anybody, to be honest. Like, not in the same way, because like obviously abuse and all that stuff that isn't good, of course, but if they learn a lot of life lessons because they went out and they were curious about something,
Yeah.
that's different, I think. And I think they'd get a lot more out of what they learned if it was something they did on their own. So,
I think what's I think what is 100 I think what's 100% true, and people can argue it, and that's fair, but I think everybody has their own thing, like their own
Dinner.
okay, their own thing or their own like trauma, so to speak. No matter who they are, they have their own thing, so to speak. Like maybe it's abuse for one person. Maybe it's that they have a bad self-image or or they have body dysphoria or they have depression or they have anxiety. But I feel like everybody has, everybody has their trauma, you know, their stuff, so to speak. And no one is, and that happens throughout time, and that happens because of certain things in time, but some of it. Um, but I don't think any person can go through life without having something. If I'm 100% honest, like you're bound because you're a human to have something. Like even if it's like something quote unquote minor.
you could even have a minor. You could have kids. Got him.
But there is always going to be something because you know
True, true. Okay.
yeah, apparently dinner's ready, so I should probably go eat, I guess.
Alright, I'm I'm gonna be getting off soon anyway because my booster's almost up.
Yeah.
Plus, this is like today and tomorrow are kind of like my last days for like a week that I can do whatever I want. Because, like I said, I work this weekend,
Right.
and then I'll be working nights, so I'll sleep in. And then on Tuesday, I actually have to get up early to do an oil change, and then I'm gonna nap the rest of the day until I have to go to work. And then that night, I leave for drill. And then next Friday, I have my reschedule for my doctor's appointment. So I'm a busy man.
I feel that. I mean,
So if,
I'm not
actually,
super
honestly, if
busy
next,
right now.
If next weekend, if you're not at your dad's, I'd be down to like. Oh, actually, wait, no, never mind. I work. So maybe I can come over Saturday. We'll see what happens.
Well, these 2 weekends I'll be busy, but maybe these next two
Alright, we'll see.
weekends. But maybe one of those. Maybe won't something else. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Cause these 2 weekends, cause we haven't seen my dad for a while. These 2 weekends are kind of like just my dad just wants to be like, me and my brother, kind of have that type of thing, right?
Right.
So,
Hopefully your brother actually goes and stays.
no, yeah, that he is and stuff. So
That's good. Good for him.
we're gonna bring pallets over, and it's gonna be good, hopefully.
Nice. Exciting. Alright, well, until next time, I'm gonna figure out there too, so.
All right,
Talk to you later.
talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.